Show me the meaning of being lonely. Just trying to get my vocals right, man. All right, you can start the
Yeah.
pod now.
Okay.
Let's go.
We started quite a few seconds ago, actually. So
Just keep that in. Whatever, it's fine.
yeah.
Dude, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Because your boy did.
Yeah, okay. What's going on?
It was Masters weekend. So that's golf. My boy Rory won. So that's awesome. Like literally like 30 minutes ago, man. It was fantastic.
All right.
I'm
I
happy
don't know
for
what that
him.
means, but
He won the
congratulations.
Masters golf tournament in Augusta, Georgia.
Is that the Super Bowl of golf?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, the Super Bowl of golf, yeah.
Or the World Series of golf?
Ooh, yes.
I got nothing
You got
else.
another one?
I struggled hard for those.
I
struggled hard.
No, man, it's just really fun to watch. It was kind of it's been happening all week down there, and Saturday and Sunday are the big days.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a humongous 5-stroke lead coming into Sunday. Now he butchered that lead today, but ended up pulling it out at the end. So just really happy for him there. Went to a food festival on at Johnson and Wales yesterday on their campus.
Oh, wow.
It's called Street Eats, and it's all virtual. It's Streets.
Yeah, that's right uptown, right?
Urban.
That's right off of Graham Street.
That's right in the heart of the city, man.
Yeah.
Nice. So many restaurants were out there with tables and the bear type restaurants. Not Jim and Nick's, which nothing wrong with Jim and Nick's. I love Jim and Nick's, but
Same.
these were fine dining, yes chef establishments. You know what I mean?
Really? They got food trucks out there?
No, they were all out there serving small plates.
Yeah.
And my favorite, this is how American I am. They had so many different cultures of food, so many different things you can try. Me and my American ass was man, that cheeseburger from Ace, sign me up for that all day.
They hit you with the 2 patties, bro?
The 2, yes. With the cheese and the little onion.
Perfect.
Remember how my man did it in the movie? What was that? The Menu?
The Menu, yeah.
Dude, that's what it. I feel like the chef who handed it to me, I feel like a tear was in his eye.
Yeah, might have in the burger maybe.
I mean, that's called love. Okay, is what that is, man. No, I was out there with some friends. Just a good time, good vibes.
Pretty awesome.
Just ate so much, dude.
Oh wow, can't imagine.
Yeah, but that was fun. Hit up Puttery.
You were busy.
It was a good weekend, man.
You were busy.
Hey, man, I was in these streets this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, almost 40. I'm still in these streets.
Okay.
Nah, man, just having the best of time with the best of people.
Yeah.
Just ready to get your fine ass back up to Charlotte and have some fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually in Charlotte Saturday for a little while.
Wow. Just my phone was really dry. I didn't see anything from you.
I did not go for anything like that.
Oh.
I had to run a few errands up that way. So
I mean, I get it.
It was just kind of in and out. Sam's, Lowe's, Bed Bath & Beyond.
The only one of those stores are only in Uptown Charlotte. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
I don't have those close to me.
Don't have much close to you, man. What did you accomplish this weekend?
That was about it. Went and ran some errands up to Charlotte. We'll run around there, mowed some grass. A lot of grass to mow these days.
Good gosh, it's just nonstop, dude.
Hanging out with the puppy outside, doing some training, stuff like that. So
He has like where you putting up like a fence run or a dog run or something like that?
that starts next weekend.
Ooh.
Fencing in the backyard.
Gotcha.
So if you're free like Friday through Sunday,
Look at that. Look at my calendar. That thing just popped up on there.
He said it's
Gosh,
from
that
Thursday
happened
to
so
Monday.
quick. Just yeah, my calendar's blacked out right there, dude. I cannot.
I got you. That's cool.
You don't want me to help anyway because it's gonna fall over. Like we both know, I am not handy. If it takes more than a screwdriver,
yeah,
out of my element.
Okay, well, good to know. Appreciate the heads up on that.
Now, what I'm really good at is writing a check.
I've
actually never wrote a check before in my life. I'm 38. I've never wrote a check.
I've never done it myself.
Learned it back in school.
Yeah.
Remember home ec class or home economics or whatever the hell it was, which is I think the same thing. I think I just shortened home economics, whatever. But we called it something different at South. But regardless,
yeah,
I was not good. I just never wrote a check.
There was no point. I mean,
here's my card.
Why? Yeah.
Take this and go from there. So, yeah. Welcome to this episode of Movie in a Pod. I'm Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we're discussing trailers for The Phoenician Scheme, Megan 2.0, and our movie of the week, Drop. I think that's like a hip hop song or something, guys. I don't know. Our opener is just fire, dude.
Yeah, like, how is that song not like #1 on Spotify right now?
Really right. Just us in the background just laughing about it too. That's the entire song.
Yeah.
You're like, what are the lyrics to that MIP beat?
Yeah.
Just Clyde and Javi laughing.
Yeah.
Team, we got some trailers coming at you here. We got the new Wes Anderson coming at you here. He always makes beautiful movies. And we have Megan 2.0. She's back. And this one looks like a Tom Cruise, Dwayne Johnson action movie is what it looks like.
Now, did you see this before any of the movies so far? Have you seen it already in the theater?
This trailer? Yes, I have.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, like I saw it right before drop. It was attached to drop, and I'm like, oh God, okay. Let me bear myself for Javi's excitement. And lo and behold,
came right at you. I don't even think it was finished playing when I sent you a text about it.
Team, we have a link tree in the show notes with our YouTube channel and all of our socials. You can see us. You can follow along to our full reactions to our trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Like always, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you all.
Michael Cera.
At this moment, rescue workers are laboring to recover and identify the remains of Jaja Corda, international businessman, maverick in the fields of armaments and aviation, among the richest men in Europe. This was Corda's 6th recorded airplane crash. He is
all right.
By 10 children,
how did he make it that
boys,
far?
1 nun, his daughter Liesl.
I've appointed you sole heir to my estate, which you may come into sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because you're going to die.
It's been 6 years since our last meeting.
I have my reasons.
Which are what?
My reasons? I'm not saying. I'm saying I'm not saying. Corda Land and Sea Phoenician Infrastructure Scheme. My most important project of my lifetime.
Our objective: disrupting, obstructing, impeding, crippling Corda's enterprise in any manner possible.
Get the hand grenades.
Oh, jeez.
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, we rendezvous with every Titan and pretend we agree what we already agreed. But in fact, we don't. We can't.
Wes Anderson movies are always like, what the hell is going on?
I'm not following.
Heads.
Was that Cranston?
It was under the lunch trolley.
Oh dear, we trapped you.
Carriers from out of town.
Mark
Yourself to a holiday.
You're very kind.
Could you imagine falling in love with a man like me, by the way, hypothetically?
You're drunk on 3 beers.
Why are you shooting my ceiling?
This is a robbery on behalf of...
I understand that. I'm asking about my ceiling. You idiots are destroying a magnificent nightclub. One thing you'll never know because you can't. I suppose I'm moved by this absurd performance. I recognize this assassin.
I'm speechless right now.
Suicide panel.
Where's the father? Take this miserable sin into the comfort of every mind.
All right, team. We have the Phoenician Scheme, the story of a family and a family business. It's according to IMDb. Directed by Wes Anderson, also written by him and Roman Coppola. And the stars come out for Wes here. We got Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Scarlett Joe, Benedict Cumberbatch, Benicio del Toro, Ryan Eda, Michael Cera, Rupert Friend, Jeffrey Wright, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Riz Ahmed,
crazy.
Hope Davis, and like the list just goes on, guys. Like this is
Boy, Rupert in there?
Rupert's in there, dog.
Yeah,
Mr. Friend.
Let's go.
Just a fantastic cast. And the thing that I love about Wes Anderson movies is like they're gonna be zany. They're going to be interesting. They always have that aesthetic that everything is so like there's so much symmetry in every one of his shots.
Yeah.
So like it just comes across as gonna be a very gorgeous film. He has very dry humor. And like me and you do at times.
Yeah.
His is just like ultra really dry.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's kind of hard to pick up what the actual joke is.
Yeah, and it's captured in the scenes, like not just the actors and the dialogue, but like the whole atmosphere.
Yeah. This looks fun. Like I enjoy all of his movies. I always quote like The Fantastic Mr. Fox as my favorite Wes Anderson film because it is. Because George Clooney's triumphant in that. Yeah, this looks fun, man. I don't know if this is a theater drop for me. It's been a while since I've seen a Wes Anderson film in theater, but when these are always on the telly, all right, when this is on TNT, I always pick it up. So,
Right.
Yeah, team. We're going to throw the Phoenician Scheme on our socials and let us know what you think about this spy action comedy crime drama thriller directed by Wes Anderson.
All right.
I'll admit, there were some bugs in my programming. It's hardly fair to blame me for that.
It's creepy as hell.
But one thing hasn't changed. I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie. What the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
Atomic monster.
We have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
Oh boy.
How's this possible? You deleted it.
Apparently you didn't. Nothing in our arsenal can stop her.
There's more murder bots?
Of course.
Killing anyone who's contributed to her creation.
Think I did it up.
And you and Katie are next.
Brittany getting paid though.
I know how to stop Amelia. She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
You remember what happened last time. You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
Look, she wants to help us. Everyone deserves a second chance.
That's fair.
You would like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan. Time to give you an upgrade.
Oh, boy.
Anything you'd like to add?
I want to be stronger, faster. Hey, so
go.
remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know that won't happen again.
Thank you so much.
And while you're at it, make me taller. All right, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Meat sacks, cool.
Well, look who came out to play.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only
This is
question
getting
is,
wild
are you
right now.
going to stand in my way?
It's just a superhero film right now.
It really has turned into that.
Hold on to your vaginas.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
That robot is not aerodynamic whatsoever.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
We as a society, we're just not doing good. Team, we have Megan 2.0. Synopsis from IMDb is 2 years after Megan's rampage, her creator Gemma resorts to restructuring her infamous creation in order to take down Amelia, the military-grade weapon who was built by a defense contractor who stole Megan's underlying tech. Okay, so I did not watch the first one, so I don't know what happened 2 years before this. I can just imagine that she becomes self-aware and starts killing people to protect. What's the little girl's name?
Kate.
Kate. Yes. That's really the only thing. Amelia, is it Amelia? No, it's Kate. Katie, yeah. Cady. Yes. That's kind of the whole synopsis, right? And she like dances and freaks people out with her dollness or whatever. So
yes.
Now she's in this one. She's bigger. She's stronger. She's faster. And
they've turned this storyline up to 11.
Is that what happened?
From like 2 to 11. Yeah. Like,
we are here for a good time, not for a long time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the first one, I didn't realize you hadn't seen it. I watched it on streaming. It was like it wasn't like this. Like, this is just wild compared to the first one. The first one was like set in a house.
Yeah.
And it was like just some stuff going down. And then it ended up like in an office building and kind of, the offing people and stuff like that was happening there. But this is just
this looks
crazy. Wild. Yeah, crazy. Compared to the first one, I'm not mad about it. I think it's going to be pretty entertaining. I'd say it's going to be like good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be entertaining.
Like there was like Terminator, right? And Terminator is a fantastic film, right?
Yeah.
And in Terminator, the T-800 is the villain. He's the monster. He's the bad guy. He's the antagonist, right? Arnold's the bad guy. And throughout the entire movie, they're running away from the bad guy, Terminator.
Yeah.
T2, James Cameron flips it on our head, right?
Flips the
script, and the T-800 comes back. He's the good guy. We don't know that until the mall scene with the roses lives rent-free in my head. This is beautiful cinematography. We don't know that until that point. We're just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of what James Wan and these guys are doing here, man. They and like, instead of using cinematography and like the skills of James Cameron, also it's like, Megan, so it doesn't need to be anything big and bold, but they flipped the script here, is what it seems like. Not
Yeah.
watching the first one, right? She's the hero now.
This one is big and bold compared to the first one.
Yeah. She was flying like James Gunn is going to have Superman flying. Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You saw that. Yeah.
We're so confused.
We're gonna put this on our socials, guys, and I guess this is a franchise now.
Yeah, it's definitely getting like 17 more movies.
Jason Blum, you just know what you're doing, man. Team, you're making a damn doll and Josh Hutcherson just movie stars. Team, we're gonna throw
all year.
Jason Blum's gonna be rolling in the dough. Team, we're gonna throw Megan 2.0 on our socials. I guess let us know what you thought about the first one. Yeah, cool.
You should definitely check it out this weekend.
All right, brother. Let's jump right into our movie of the week. It's chock full of just, man, this was a ride. All right, team, we have Drop.
Mm-hmm.
This movie was dropped on us, no pun intended, April 11th, 2025. This movie is written by Christopher Landon, written by Jillian Jacobs and Chris Roach.
We have a $11 million budget, and so far it's grossed $10 million. Starring in this, we have Megan Faye as Violet Gates, Brandon Skelner as Henry Campbell, Violet Bean as Jean Gates, Jacob Robinson as Toby Gates, Reed Diamond as Richard, Gabriel Ryan Spring as Cara, Jeffrey Self as Matt, Ed Weeks as Phil, and Travis Nelson as Connor. I won't lie, I don't know those names to any of those people.
Nope.
No clue who they were in the movie.
But they were
except for like
in
the
movie.
first top 4 people.
Go ahead and give us that quick synopsis, brother.
Violet Gates goes on a date and ends up being part of someone's deadly game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the movie, man.
Yep.
So let's talk about her. She is a therapist, psychologist, psychiatric. I don't know what the hell she is. She's something along those lines. But she helps at-risk women who are in difficult relationships. And that was a good place to start. Really, it really drives home the type of woman that she is. And we kind of get these little nuggets in the movie of why she's a widowed mother, why she's kind of been so reserved and not dating. And the guy that she's going out on the date with, this dude has all the patience in the world. 3 months of talking on the app.
Yeah.
On the dating app. Without a coffee. Without a putt-putt night.
No putt-putt. No ice cream. No nothing.
Just not even like hey, let's just, meet in a public square and say hi to each other, right? Face to face.
Right.
3 months is a long.
Oh,
it happened.
Okay.
You called it. Just keep it in. I don't even care.
Good.
God,
Good.
I was about to go in, dude. You know what I mean? And then this damn mic of mine. Team, we had a technical difficulty there. Javi will probably not edit it out. But it's all good. We ride. Anyway, 3 months is a very long time to just talk to somebody on the apps and not like meet up.
It really is.
And then this guy, it's actually wild, dude. Like, and I don't want to spoil it, but like after watching this movie, like I get why this date happened. Because obviously, like, he wants to meet her because he's been talking to her for 3 months. But then he has this whole thing going on where he's just like, I mean, I got to really do this tomorrow and I really shouldn't do this, but this is like the only chance I can like meet her. So, it all just lines up. And at the end of the day, he's a dude. So,
yeah.
But she really is she's a single widowed mom, loves her kid, kind of helicopter. You understand why she's kind of the helicopter parent in regards to that, but you know, mom's got to get her groove back, so she goes to this really fancy smancy date place and meets our boy Henry Campbell, Violet's date, played by Brandon Skellner. JV, my question to you, man, about this guy.
Yes, sir.
When you first meet this guy, what vibes did you get?
It was a lot of mixed feelings. I mean, the man showed up on his date with just his chest out, for one. Like, he wasn't like 3 buttons down, just so you could see his chain. He was like halfway down, unbuttoned, with it's like a tank top on underneath. So, I feel like that was red flag number 1.
100%.
Well, I think like it was because we're talking about that right now. It's kind of the theme through the whole movie, right? We meet different people, and you can't read any of those people through the movie.
Yeah.
So he's kind of one of those guys too, where you're already suspicious of like who is the person that's doing all this stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
So, yeah, I mean, when they were just first talking at the bar, he comes in. He's got his buttons are all down. He's talking, very smooth game coming in.
Smooth as shit, dog.
Super smooth.
That was baby oil smooth, dog. That's what that was, man. Had a deep voice too.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. He might give you a run for best stash. I'm just saying, Javi,
Yeah.
okay? I know you've had yours since you were 3, but still, you know what I mean?
Thinking the same thing. He was probably 2, maybe 2 in a couple months when it was coming in. Yeah, very mixed feelings, man, because you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
Because she's already met a few people before we meet him.
Yeah.
And they're all super sketchy.
Even the bartender gave me weird vibes, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, she's the villain. This is all her. And
then you meet the next person, you're like, nope, that one's the villain.
Yep. I mean, this is one of those classic whodunit, who's who's behind it, right? Who's toying with her, who's messing with her, and
it was Clue.
It really is, and it's fun to kind of be in her head and see how she kind of scans everybody.
Yeah, I won't lie. Like any movie like this, I say it's Clue. It's just because
that's the standard. That's the gold standard.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, that is definitely the gold standard every single time.
Yeah,
and it could have went just like it did in Clue. Well, at the end when they kept on doing the ending, you could have wrote this so many different ways.
Yeah,
that it just made sense of who was actually behind everything. We keep on talking about like who was behind things. So there's this thing called airdrops on iPhone. I don't know what it is with you Galaxy people.
We don't do all that.
You don't do all that. We have this thing called airdrop in the Apple community, okay, in the Apple ecosystem.
I think there is something like that, but I don't know. I've never airdropped a person.
Did they also talk about did her and Henry talk about male shots for a little too long?
It was a very, very graphic, icebreaker. It was very, very detailed.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was
yeah,
amusing conversation, anyways.
Where you was like, all right, he's basically trying to do everything he can to kind of put her at ease.
Yeah,
because she's not
doing work. He was doing work.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So anyway, there's this person or entity or group. She doesn't even know. She's getting these random airdrops on her phone. They're called digidrops because they couldn't pay Apple. Um, whatever. No, he actually says like I have airdrop on my phone, so he has an iPhone. But then there's the app digidrops there, so or whatever. So everybody else digidrops anyway.
That's the whole thing.
And she keeps on getting these drops, and then she starts getting text messages, and then it's just like, yo, there's somebody in her house who's going to threaten her kid and her sister, who we're going to talk about in a second, who's kind of the comic relief. Her and the waiter, we need that levity. While she's going out on this date, the sister is watching the kid. And she's like really happy that her sister's getting back out there and puts her in like a better outfit for her date. And she's like, "No, yeah, me and Toby, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Ice cream at midnight, whatever."
Of course.
But we don't know, like with these drops, who's doing it. Who like? There's obviously like somebody close because you have to be like what 50 feet, 50 yards, or something like that to like
Something
do
like that,
to do like a digi drop is what they said, and then there's also somebody in her house because she's like getting digi drops. Like, look at your security cameras. So somebody with a gun in her house and a ski mask. So that's fun. So she's freaking out, and the whole thing is like you have to harm your date, Henry. At that point, Javi, my question to you is, did you think that he was still a part of it, maybe, or that he was free?
I mean, that part, it starts to go to, okay, is he like testing her for some reason, blah, 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 blah. But I think at the part where she kind of discovers the evidence is when I really checked him off.
Yeah, same. Yeah, there was a point where I'm just like, this dude could still be behind this, but he has like another boy around the restaurant or bar who's kind of working the drops.
Well, we all know Jigsaw, so that can go any kind of way.
Jason Bateman just did this in a Christmas movie. This entire thing. Okay. You put a little pressure on somebody and they'll do whatever the hell you want them to do, man.
Yeah.
No, man. For me, yeah, it's just a classic who done it, who's behind it, who's doing this to me and why. And she goes along until she starts getting smart and hip. I don't want to spoil the reveal and everything, but it is, I mean, it's a ride. I'm not gonna say it's a good ride, but it is definitely a ride. So something I do want to hint on is the sister. She was funny. I really enjoyed her. And then the waiter, like, it's that experience of like going to a nice restaurant and it's the waiter's first shift. You know what I mean? You're on a first date, so you're obviously nervous. It's his first shift. He's nervous as hell.
It's like
he won't shut the hell up
in a restaurant.
In a very classy restaurant. Yeah, it's so much going on. And they put us in your section? What the hell? Yeah, he was fun. He was definitely fun. And like the entire time, I was just like, dude, get out of my face.
I particularly like, every once in a while they kind of like solo lit a person.
Yeah.
And I think one of my biggest laughs was like she was looking at him across the room.
Yeah.
And it just like spotlighted him. And he just looked right at her, like super serious. I was laughing by myself in the theater. Because he just had a face that, like, his serious face was just super funny for some reason.
Maybe he is a part of it, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So for a second here. So we have the creative choices that the director and the cinematographer take.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, like Chicago, we didn't see much of it, but that restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
that's a dope spot.
Yeah.
That's a dope looking restaurant, man. Palette. I like that you have to walk through this tunnel to kind of you're at the concierge or the hostess is what it's called. And then you go through this like tunnel until you're in the restaurant, man. That was just really cool, bringing us into this main space of this movie, like the main set that we're going to be at most of the time, man. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. And then
And
there
it
was
was
just so much.
small.
What'd you say?
It was small.
It was
and
intimate.
tight.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
intimate. But like it was intimate, it was small, but there was a lot of people, and there was the bar area, there was the piano player, you know what I mean? So it was small, but it was still like there was space.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement. People were just in and out, especially like around the bar and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, she bumped into the same dude like 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely tight in there. She was
can
all
only go
frantic.
Left or right. I mean, wasn't not many other directions to go. We had 2 ways to go.
Yeah, no, but I did like the choices where like she kind of zoned out and like everything went blue. Or I'm like, am I watching Daredevil Reborn right now? Like, is that what I'm watching? Because that's what's happening in this movie. Like,
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, like I literally just finished watching Daredevil that day, and then went to go see the movie Friday night. And like, I'm like the cinematography as far as zeroing in on a character like red or blue and stuff, like that's the creative choice. When you're flipping a world on its head, as it does so many times with Daredevil and Kingpin, Matt and Wilson, right? The camera, the cinematography does it is like they use those same exact tropes. Like they went to the same damn film school, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It works for both products. It was just weird seeing them back to back.
Gotcha.
Some really cool creative choices were done. I appreciated that, man. But no, overall, like it's just I like that it is a low budget, beautiful film. They just don't make movies like this anymore, man. They drop it. This is typically like a Netflix drop, you know what I mean? And we got to see this in the theater. Like that's why I still go to the theater, man. So I appreciate it because they did use every single penny they had on making this film. It was fun. All right, brother. I do have a theme here.
All right. What you got?
You got to get back out there on that horse, man, and get in that dating game. So whatever app is your choice, get on that app, man. Do the thing, or go to the grocery store and
do it.
You know, just date. See what's out there. You know what I mean? And that speaks volumes because there's so many people out there who you know, have been in relationships or now back out there, and some are like afraid for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Good, bad, or ugly, or whatever. Just having enough courage to put yourself out there. But then this is also mixed with like, how far would you go to protect your family? Because you did see that. I mean, she did she went through my man's bag, took the SD card, was about to poison my guy. Like, you know, she was ready to hit like everything to protect her kid. And it's just like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? That's my sister. That's my kid. Who wouldn't do that, man? So I definitely enjoyed that we went along with this crazy train of a ride with her. Oh, that was fun. All right, team. That's our conversation about 2025's Drop. JV, give me your thoughts and ratings on this film, man.
Yeah, this one's gonna get 3 buckets of popcorn from me this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did a really good job of kind of keeping the suspense. You know, wasn't like a bunch of action or nothing like that. It was a real suspenseful watch. I mean, it got pretty wild, but like most of the movie was a lot of dialogue, a lot of puzzles. But I mean, it did a good job, right? Like we didn't. You met people, and every person you met, you were just like, "Is this the dude?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one? Is this the guy doing it?" Or maybe it wasn't even none of them, or maybe it's something cool we never even seen before. I don't know.
Oh god, that was good. That was good. That's old school, guys.
Yeah.
The movie, the movie. Like a couple of the opening scenes of the movie is my favorite Will Ferrell. It just goes, man.
It's so good. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a good watch. Like I enjoyed seeing it in the theater, like you said, and kind of this really tight, small, intimate scene. But it was able to use that theater experience, even though it was a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
So $3 for me, man. What about you?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. It's like 2.5, three buckets. I said stars. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 buckets there for me as
Yeah.
well. It didn't. Everybody's talking about, and I know I really shouldn't be looking at other reviews and shit. But everybody's like, this is so like Hitchcockian type film and everything. I'm like, I see the draw. I see the draw in that, but it doesn't really go that far. It's more of just a clue whodunit. Like you are right in that regard, where everybody is a suspect until we find out.
Yeah. It just wasn't about money. It wasn't about money on this one.
Yeah.
It was more, that's kind of the break from the norm is it was more about the family than it was the money kind of thing.
Yeah. And like you will find, if you're good at your job, as this person was, who was behind it, you will find those strings to pull, and definitely did. So fantastic job there. But no, yeah, 3 buckets. It's a gorgeous film. I love the restaurant is like the main spot. Like we went on a date.
Mm-hmm.
We watched a date movie, right?
Yep.
But then it turned it on its head as far as a thriller and a whodunit. So it gave us, we've all been on a first date before, but it gave us so much more. And I appreciate the melting of those tropes, those genres together to create this film. I feel like it definitely could have been better, especially that a lot of like CGI at the end and stuff like that. Like I didn't really need her falling out of the window. You know what I mean? Like it was in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling it. And then like, bro, I don't know about you, but like you were just in Charlotte yesterday. How long did it take you to get home? You know what I mean? She got home in a second. Lady, you were just hanging out of a window.
Well, she said,
now you're in your driveway.
She said she only lived like a couple miles out from the restaurant.
Were you doing 95 the entire time?
I don't know. She was driving a Saab, man. I don't know what those things can do.
She was driving a Saab. I was a Saab. Oh man. Oh no, just they only marked it. Yeah, it's like a couple of things are just my mark down there, like timing, a little bit of the pacing at times. I do like the corn. There was corniness in it, but that was good because of the first date vibes, and first dates can be really corny.
It was
at times. So like
awkward,
that.
yeah.
So that was, but it was a cute awkward from both of them, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, man, this gets 3 buckets of popcorn.
Cool.
Definitely something you can post up on the couch, watch again. These are the type of movies that we don't see hit the theater often, and I am glad that it definitely did. So 3 buckets. Thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, Talking Through Drop. Next week, we'll be discussing the new Ryan Coogler film, Sinners.
You can catch that in a theater near you.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me across all socials. I am Clyde D. Smith.
I'm Javier Villalobos. You can find me across all socials at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
First dates are always kind of weird, too.
Mm-hmm.